If you want to know everything about the Smoky Glam palette by Beaute Bar, this is the right video for you. And if you know me, hi everybody, I'm Gigasita. Welcome to my channel, welcome to this beauty space where I just love to share with you my love for makeup. Could be old makeup, new makeup, every kind of makeup. And if you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe, leave me your thumbs up, and you have to turn on the notifications. In this way, you can get to know whenever I decide that it's a good time to post a new video. And in today's video, we're gonna do, the whole shebang about the Smoky Glam palette by Beaute Bar. We're gonna talk about the packaging, the eyeshadows, the color story, the fact that they already have launched a new palette and they still have to use this one here. But let's not talk about it. Let's just talk about the Smoky Glam palette. And Beaute Bar, it's an indie brand located in the USA, and their palettes are made in PRC or in China. The Smoky Glam is a rebranding of an older palette of theirs. The first Smoky Glam was a really big, repetitive palette that contained a lot of colors. There were shades of gray, mauves, with some pops of berry, magenta pinks. It was a really interesting color story, but way too big, too repetitive. I don't remember how many shadows there were in that palette, but there were a lot. So they decided to relaunch this one here, and I think they done a fabulous job doing that, because this part here, it's magnetic, so you can play with your shadows. You can use the shadows to create your own single collection, or you can just play around with some others. The palette are 26 millimeters. But let's talk about the packaging. First of all, as you already know, Beaute Bar always do the sleeve packaging. I really like this kind because I tend to keep the packaging that the palette comes in, and this kind of packaging make it really easy to put on and take off. This is the first time that I actually like the art on the palette. The writing Smoky Glam, it's really holographic and fun, and in the background you have this purple smoke over the black base. It feels good on your hand. It feels kind of cushiony when you touch it. It's really good. And you have a huge mirror in the upper part that I will not show you because I have a lot going on in front of me and you don't want to see it. You can see this is a monochromatic kind of palette. You have all your mauves, berries, and taupes shades. It's a really beautiful, neutral, everyday kind of palette, but that brings something really different. This one have flat and matte eyeshadows and 9 multichromes and duochromes. So there are a lot going on here, and I already swatched the palette for you, but just by having the palette on my hand, I can tell you that there are some different formulas. When you first buy the palette, over the shimmers eyeshadow, it comes with I will say with like a round cover that makes eyeshadow transportation more secure, because those kind of formula tends to move a lot, and I always keep those 𝓖𝓪𝓬𝓽𝓪 because I feel that if in some point I decide that I want to travel with my palette, I will put that 𝓖𝓪𝓬𝓽𝓪 over my shimmery shades too. So I do appreciate that. As you know, all the palettes from Bella Beauty Bar are magnetic, and you have the dainty here in the side of the eyeshadow that helps you to take all out the eyeshadow. And as you already know, Bella Beauty Bar always puts the name in the back of the eyeshadow too, so it's easy to find your eyeshadow. You know, when you don't know where it comes from, you can read the name in the back and you can put it in the right place if you do prefer to do so, or you cannot. Who cares? It's your palette. You do whatever, right? And the eyeshadows are 26 millimeters, and you know, they are the classic size of a single eyeshadow. I just think that they are slightly thinner than your classic eyeshadow, but it's not that big of a deal. Usually this kind of palettes does contain pretty much 1 gram per eyeshadow, but the packaging, since it's magnetic, it has some weight, and the mirror itself adds weight to the palette. So, but now let's do the swatches so we can get to know the color story. And I have to remember you that English, of course, isn't my first language. Me say something wrong or maybe read something wrong, you have to excuse my English. I'm trying my best over here. And I hope I can still be helpful, and I gonna swatch the whole palette in the back of my arm here, but you're gonna see close up light swatches of the shadow in the back of my hand. Maybe in some point you will see a lot of shimmers all over my hands, but some of those shimmer are not easy to take off with just a wet swipe. So sorry about it. There is a cricket here somewhere. I just don't know where he is. He just continues singing. I hope it will not be, I hope we cannot hear it in the background too much. Let's start. The first shade is the color Lace, and Lace it's a matte shadow. It's a really beautiful opaque white that honestly it feels really creamy for it being a white eyeshadow. You know, whites are not easy to do, and this one here feels really creamy and opaque when you actually swatch it. I feel that this one here will look amazing as a matte inner corner highlighter, and I really appreciate the adding of this shadow here for this palette because I feel that it will combine moss, berries, and taupes all in the same way without adding too much. Then we have the shade Angel Eyes, and this color, oh my gosh, this color is so beautiful. It's a multi-chrome. I think this one is a multi-chrome. I don't actually know, but I think it is. And it shifts from pink to orange to, I can see a little bit of green too. It's really beautiful. From easy to wear every day, going to the office color. Really impressed by it. And we have the shade Corset, so which I will say this is a peachy pink shade, and you can see it's really nice and opaque when you swatch it. It feels really soft and cream to the touch. It's so beautiful. Then we have the shade Love Bug, and Love Bug, it's a burgundy shade, really opaque when you swatch it, and again, really, really soft and creamy when you touch it. I like this one here so much. Then the last color of the first row is the shade Icon, and Icon is your classic, orchid, medium dark orchid shade. It's a nice pop of color without going outside the movie berry kind of color story. It's really beautiful, and it's It's that kind of color that I will say that it's a quiet color. As there is a girl here on YouTube that has a channel named Silver and Shimmer or Shimmer and Silver, I don't know, but she always talk about the quiet colors, and I will say this is a your classic quiet color. I mean, it's a color, it's not brown or neutral, but it's so quiet that it can go with your matte without, because it doesn't add too much. It's not like, for example, your royal blue that will add more to your palette. It's just a step above your classic neutrals. Then we have the shade Milk Bust, and this one was pretty much the shade that made me wanna buy this palette, because I was hoping this color to be really similar to the shadow Skin of a Killer in the Vampo palette, because oh boy, I do love that color so much. And I will say it's really similar when it comes to texture, but this one here is it reflects different, it shifts more, and I can see it's shifting a little bit like a silvery with a little bit of gold. It shifts a little bit. It's beautiful, and I can see myself using this one here as topper too. Then we have the shade Playful, and again this color, it's really similar to the shade Angel Eyes. It's chunky when you first see it, but it's a dual crown that shift gold to pink. And it's a little bit more electric, and it has a little bit of a stronger presence. It's not as neutral and easy to wear as Angel Eyes. This one here, it's a little bit more, it's a step further, but it's easy to wear. It's just a little bit there. I like it. Then we have the shade Carols, and the Carol is like a pastel or cool tone pink shade. It's beautiful. I can see myself using this one here, a old shade top or Eyelook, and this one here as a pop of color in the inner corner. It's a really springtime kind of color, but it can be a little bit a beautiful pop of color too. Love it. Then we have the shade Velvet Crush, and the shade Velvet Crush, to me, it's a multi-chrome, and I can see it shift red, pink, blue, and maybe a little bit of I will say a little bit of a copper too. It's a stunning, and again this one here, it's beautiful to create a more neutral smoky eye with the pink reflect. It's a beautiful multi-chrome, and this one here, it's more opaque, and the mica, it's a little bit smaller inside, so it doesn't feel wet as the other was that we swatched until now. It feels a little bit more dry, not dry like a matte shadow. It's more drier than all the other shimmers that Beaute Bar has. It feels like the classic color that will never crease on anyone. Then the last shade of the second row is the shade Silk Teddy, and Silk Teddy, it's a holographic multi-chrome shade that it's, oh my goodness, I can see this color shifting a lot at the holographic. It's really there, you can really see the holographic color there. Beautiful. Again, I'm sorry, but my battery died on me, so I had to change battery, and now I don't know if I am kind of different. But we were talking about the shade Silk Teddy, and you can see that Silk Teddy, it's less impactful when it comes to the shine, but it's really shifty and holographic looking like. Then we have the shade Pillow Fight, And this one here, it feels really chunky, and it has a really interesting texture when you first touch it, and it shifts a lot from this warm pinkish orangey shade, and it goes to purple, silver, green. It's that kind of color that on camera you cannot see how it actually is. To see how this color plays with the light, you have to have it in front of you. There is no way any camera can show you, but it's a really dimensional and fun color. It's one of those eyeshadow that can only be the star of the show. It cannot be your inner corner. It has to be the one, you know? Then we have the shade Pink Diamond, which is this really small mica particles that find themselves in this really shifty multi-chromes that goes from green to purple. Is it? I would say that this one here to me looks more duochrome. It goes from this beautiful lilac shade to this warm green. It's a beautiful cheeky color, and I can't wait to put it all over my lid. It's a beautiful color. It's a really soft editorial kind of shade. Let's the next one. The next color is gonna be the shade Whisperer, which is another matte, and this one on my skin looks like a Barbie pink, a Barbie purple shade. It's beautiful. I will describe it to be like a warm movie. This one here to me, it's actually color. It's not neutral, but it's still, one of those quiet shades. Love it. Then we have, oh my gosh, when I opened the palette, I touched this color just by mistake. I just touch it. And when I look my finger, the finger that I touched the color, I was so impressed. This is Sparkle City in a shadow. It has a lot of silver sparkles, but the base shift from this movie to pink to a little bit of blue, and it reflects the light. In the same time, it has a lot of those silver shift this color. Oh my god, this one, it's another one of those that has to be the star of the show. It's a star. It's amazing. And the name of this color was Hypnotic. I don't know if I told you. Then we have the shade Night Dream. And Night Dream, it's your deep dark berry shade, but look how deep this color is. It's almost black, but it doesn't look brown. It's still really aubergine, plummy, yumminess, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And together, these three together could create a really nice look. The next color, it's the first color of the last row, which is the shade Crush. And I was wondering if this color would show on my skin. And this color shows me it's like a really light movie gray shade, and it can make all the other more colorful colors from this palette tone down a little bit. It's one of those colors that instantly make everything else go really neutral. Then we have the shade Platinum, and this one here feels so soft when you touch it, and I don't work. And it goes from this really light baby pink to this really light baby blue, and it has a lot of silver shift to it. And this one here can be at Sterling Inner Corner. Then we have the shade Nocturnal, which is, I will describe it one to be a really cool toned brown that it's almost charcoal, beautiful. Then we have the shade Mystery, which is your classic on gray shade, as you can see. Your classic mid-tone gray shade. I don't have any space left. Okay, I'm gonna do the swatch right there. The last color of this amazing palette is the shade Smoked Out, which is your classic dark charcoal shade, and it's so opaque when you swatch it. I heard someone calling this one here black. It's not black. No, 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 no. This is a true charcoal shade. So here you have it, the whole color story, and it was a job trying to make the whole palette stay in one arm because they are tricky shadows and they are stunning. And the color story goes from really light when it comes to the matte shadows to really deep dark. I will say almost black. It's amazing the range of colors. You have neutrals, pop of colors, neutral colors, quiet colors, scandalous colors. You have a lot going on in this palette here. I don't have the original smoky glam palette to share with you, but I have some others palette from Beaute Bar, and I want to share with you some comparisons so you can see how some colors swatch side by side with other colors. Not because I'm trying to find the dupes, but sometimes, you are really curious about the color, and since Beaute Bar offers a lot of different textures, it's really helpful, in my opinion, to see colors of the same texture from other palettes. In this way, you can get to know if it's something that you really wanted to have in your collection, or maybe not. Maybe you're not interested. And after the comparisons, I gotta come back and do with you my first impressions look, even though, let's be real, I think that I know the Beaute Bar formula really well. But what thing? The first comparison I wanna do, it's something really similar, really silly if you ask me. This is the Poison Garden palette by Beaute Bar, and honestly, it's one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes from them. If you don't remember, this amazing color story here, it's what is inside the Poison Garden palette by Beaute Bar, and oh my goodness, this is so pretty. And as you can, 20 shade as the Smoky Glam palette, and here you have it, the Smoky Glam palette, so stunning and glorious. It's so freaking beautiful. The color story is beautiful. But why is it? Since this one here, it's a 20-pound palette, and this one here too is a 20-pound palette. Why they are not the same size? I know this is something stupid. You can see the Poison Garden, it's a little bit bigger, if you will. It's a little bit larger. And there is no reason. It's a little bit thinner too. I don't know what's going on here. I just know that they are, even though they had the same weight, as you can read in the back of the palette. Oh, this one here does contain 320 grams, and this one here too does contain 320 grams. So they do contain the same quantity of product, but for some reason this one here, it's a little bit the Smoky Glam, it's a little bit more thicker and shorter, and this one here it's a little bit thinner and long. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know, I just feel that this is really fascinating. And I promise you, I already compared the size of the pans, and they seems to be pretty much the same. So I don't know if you love to collect the palette, if you're like me and you love to collect the palette from the same brand that has the same palette size and same palette. They have the same size. So this is a 26 millimeter shadow palette. This one here is the same, but they are not the same size. So here you go. This is the first comparison. Milk Bath and Skin of a Killer. Milk Bath, it's more of a multi-chrome iridescent shade, and Skin of a Killer, it's more of a straight-on shimmery white shade. The next comparison is not actually a color shade similarity, it's more of a texture kind of thing. So in the upper, closer to my knuckles, I have the shade Silk Teddy from the Smoky Glam palette, and underneath it, I have the shade Shadows from the Vamp palette. You can see they're completely different. The texture is really similar, and this one here is definitely one of those extremely black based multi-chrome. It has this shift and over this a lot of sparkles, and they are creamy and smooth in the same time. Really beautiful texture. The next two shades are both from the Smoky Glam palette, and closer to my fingers, I have the shade Angel Eyes, and underneath it, I have the shade Playful. And I don't know, in the palette, they seems to be really, really similar, and they are really similar, but they have some essential difference. I don't know if you can see, but Angel Eyes, it's more of a multi-chromy kind of shade. It shifts way much more than the shade Playful. But honestly, I don't know if they are different enough to be in the same palette. And you can see Angel Eyes here has a little bit more of a golden base. I don't know, you can see more golden than the one underneath, which is the shade Playful, that has more of this color shift. Though both colors are pretty though. They are similar, not identical, but they are too much similar to be in the same palette. But I am not complaining by any means. This one here, I don't know why. Yes, I actually know why I decided to compare these two shadows, because they look really similar on the pan, but you can see when you swatch it, they are completely different. So closer to my finger in upwards is there is the shade Pillow Fight from the Smoky Glam palette, and this color is incredible. It shifts a lot of colors, and underneath it there is the shade Sunflower from the Secret Garden palette. I just finished to No Pan Left Behind the Secret palette, the Secret Garden palette, and the formula is stunning, and it's just showed me that I really love the Beaute Bar formula. And this color here, it's stunning to use in your inner corner, and I feel that the shade Pillow Fight will be really pretty to use in your inner corner, but it actually can be a really pretty star of the show kind of shadow, the shadow that you throw all over your lid. They're different pretty much in everything. The only thing that they have in common it's the texture. They feel really flaky when you touch it, but they're really soft and easy to smooth out. So I decided to compare these two shadows just because I need explanation. The one in the up part closer to my fingers is the shade Platinum from the Smoky Glam palette, and underneath it we have the shade Gazebo from the Secret Garden palette. And if you ask me which color of those two is the perfect platinum shade, the perfect yellowness platinum shade that I want to throw all over my lid, I will say Gazebo is the perfect platinum shade. So this is me asking to the Beaute Bar owner why Gazebo isn't on the Smoky Glam palette. I will start by using the eyeshadow primer. As always, I'm using my Louise. This one is in the rumors number 2. I don't know if they still do this. I feel that they do, but I am not sure. Wherever you don't need to use this particular primer that I'm using because this is what I own here at my home. But you really should be using something you know that works really well for your skin. You know what? I feel that I pretty much never go neutral in this channel here. Am I wrong? Do I do a lot of neutrals? I don't know, but today I feel like doing a neutral. Maybe because I am wearing this red hoodie and I am not really feeling crazy looks. Even though I do prefer colors, but today I'm feeling neutral. I'm gonna start with this really fat brush. This one here is the 16 from 𝓼𝓪𝓬𝓽𝓪. It's a fatty fat. I love my fatty fats. And I wanna start with the color cuffs because I was pretty sure that this color won't show on my skin, but it actually do, and I feel that it will make this color. It's so pretty and it kind of give me bruise eye in the best way possible, if it's possible. I like this color a lot. And in my skin it is the right saturation. I mean, if this color was a hair lighter, it won't work on me. Now I want to grab the shade Nocturnal, this one here. It doesn't have a crazy amount of kick up on the palette, but you can see a lot of powder when you tap the brush, so always tap your brush. And the pigmentation, well, it's Beaute Bar. The pigmentation, of course, is there. Beaute Bar and 𝓖𝓪𝓬𝓪 make some of my favorite matte formulas because their formula, it's really, easy to blend and build. And in the same time, the pigmentation, it's there. You don't have to go crazy to find the good pigmentation. It's beautiful. With the bigger brush, I'm just correcting the shape. I like just this. I will put this really dark color closer to the outer part of my lower lashes too. Oh, and I didn't told you, I'm using the Refer 14 with this dark color. I want to make this color a little bit more darker, it's making me. So I will grab a tiny brush, a itty bitty tiny brush. Sorry, I am falling with way too much great interest the DDKs, and whenever I hear the phrase itty bitty, I cannot not think about Didi. Sorry, that's such a ugh, but it's fine. I want to use this deep dark shade here in my outer V just to make the eye a little bit more dramatic in the outer part. Have you seen what a crazy man? My goodness. And this is so sad that they are not discussing the the DV part of the trial, because even though she received a lot of money for her DV, I feel that still it's not fair, because she will have to live with this kind of trauma for the rest of her life. And I know money can buy you a lot, but I am just re-grabbing the bigger brush there just to blend it a little bit more. And I know money can buy you a lot, but mental health, $10 million, $20 million, I don't know how much, can pay you a lot of things, but cannot pay you a new mental health. He her for the rest of her life. Unfortunately, such a pretty, talented woman said. That's really sad. And I don't know if he is guilty of all the other things, but this one in particular really enraged me. Just these three colors together create a really beautiful smoky look. But if you know me, you know that I need color. So small brush from Beaute Cosmetics, and I wanna grab this really pastel lilac-y purple shade, which is the shade Catalyst. In this way we can see how this pastel will work, if it will show. And what a surprise, it's not only showing, but it's showing amazingly. It's not this big of a surprise. We're talking about Beaute Bar. We're not talking about any brand out there. There are those brands that they never let you down when it comes to formula. You don't like the color story, and that's completely fine. You don't have to buy everything out there. But there are brands that you trust them for their formula. And Beaute Bar is of course one of those brands to me, you know? Maybe one day they will change formula and then I will start to hate them, but right now I love them. Now let me reblend here. I need something more to make this color work for me. So I will grab the same brush and I will clean it in this spongy thingy-majiggy over here. And I will grab the matte white that's coming to the brush really fast. This is the shade Lace, and I want to put it right here to highlight. Oh my gosh. Guys, a matte white, it's, in my opinion, the hardest color to do, and I don't have any base underneath here. I'm sorry. If a brand can do a crazy good looking matte white, they can do pretty much every single shade. I want to use this color here because it's looking so good, and I feel that this color here will elevate the look even more. So I gotta grab the shade Pillow Fight with a synthetic brush, and since this color it's really chunky when you grab it with the brush, I will use it as it is, without primer, without pretty much nothing. I don't want to put this color, I want to start to put in this color in the middle of my eye. It's beautiful, but if you want to just that scattered, I feel that without a glitter glue, you can obtain that with a synthetic brush. Can you see? It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, but I wanna something more from this eyeshadow, so I will use a glitter glue, mixed glitter glue, of course. Let me put it in the back of my hand. What a surprise! The shimmer disappeared. And now with the same brush, no, okay, let me grab a different brush. I will grab a silicone applicator and the same color, which is the shade Pillow Fight, and I want to put it over the glitter glue. So much better. I am not swapping the color around, I am just pressing over the glitter glue. I grab, I press the brush against the eyeshadow, and then I tap what it came with the eyeshadow in the rest of my lid. And of course, I am already in love with what I'm seeing. And if for some reason there is a chunk here, I will just work over it. And this way the chunk will not be as chunky, a chunky chunk, can you see? Beautiful, right? Same thing to the other eye. And that the result in the other eye, and you can see how pretty it became. I don't have a problem of glitter glue making the eyeshadows crease on me, but if that's something that scares you, you can just grab a brush and going over it a little bit. In this way it will be harder to crease because you are kind of tapping the excess of the eyeshadow from your creases. I this kind of problem, honestly, even though I have oily lids and hooded eyes, I rarely have this kind of problems, or at least I don't see it. So it could be a good thing to be a little bit blind. And now I'm grabbing the shade Milk Bath, and I'm putting this color to my inner corner. Inner corner, really close to my, how you call it? Tear duct. Have some shimmer fell out all over my under eye. Oh, it was pretty easy to clean off, but I will recommend you to do your eyes before your the rest of your face. You know what? I kind of want to deepen up the outer V a little bit, so I'm gonna rewrap the shade. And I wanna drop a little bit more of drama to the eye look, so just in the outer part, like that. So I will grab the shade Silk Teddy, and the shade Silk Teddy here, I will grab it with my synthetic brush because I don't feel that this color should be the star of the show, of course. I already have a star. And I will put it in the outer part of the shimmers. I want to put some lashes, and then we're gonna be right back to show you the final result and talk about my first impressions when it comes to the Smoky Glam palette by Beaute Bar. This is the final look, and honestly, oh boy, do I enjoyed to play with this palette here. Beaute Bar quality in these shadows that I use today, it remains the same, that I do love and I do cherish a lot, because the mattes are pigmented and beautiful, but they are not scary pigmented. They don't have a huge amount of fallout, and you have different formulas within the shimmers. You have dual chromes, multi-chrome, chunky shadows, creamy shadows, drier shadows. I feel that this palette here, if it's your color story, you of course gonna find something that you like. And if it's not your color story, you can still have it and play a little bit, mix it and matching with others millimeters round pans that you probably already own in your collection. So I feel that this palette here, honestly, every time Beaute Bar release a palette, if it's this quality as the others that I own from the brand, I will always recommend you because they don't come to play the games. And I had a lot of fun playing with this palette today, and I will try to come back and maybe do more looks with this palette here. I feel that it's really easy to get inspired because you can go neutral, you can go colorful, you can go smoky, you can go soft. There is a lot that you can do within this color story. So I kind of want to play with it more on camera, even though this is already a old palette, but I still love it. And this is the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did so, please don't forget to subscribe, leave me your thumbs up, and of course, see you soon. Bye bye.